we still need to make sure that we're thinking of things from the perspective of both, male employees and obviously from women employees and that. So there are lots of things we do to make sure that perspective's not lost. So yes, we do have some women executives, in those roles that have a voice. We also reach out through some of the surveys we do where we survey just women. We do focus groups, things like that, so that we make sure that we're keeping in mind, not just, well, maybe because we have more men working here than women, then we go with those policies. It's really just that we hear from everybody. We specifically target out to understand like a female perspective or a woman's perspective in that. And if for some reason that doesn't seem to match up with the way we're going, then we'll make those changes and make sure we're creating a company that has policies that are good for everyone.
Diversity has a very large impact on employee engagement. Women bring a unique perspective and experience to the table. Overall, it enriches the work culture, fosters innovative ideas, ways of working, and stimulates an overall employee growth and of course of Reliance Digital. The success that Reliance Digital has seen in the last few years can be directly attributed to the diversity and inclusion initiatives of the organization.
Half of the workforce out there obviously are women, and as it is right now, we just attract to workforce a very small portion of that, which is setting us at a disadvantage where we're missing out on a lot of opportunity for great associates in that. So first we had to ask ourselves, well, why are we not getting more ladies that are applying for jobs and that type of thing? So we really looked hard and we did a survey through all of our organization and looked at all of our practices, both as it relates to hiring and even once you're on board, and tried to really start to correct a lot of even the smaller things that would make it more of a better attractive place for everyone, but obviously with women in mind in that. So, how long the shifts were, how we were about, considering safety, how late people would have to work, some of the other parts of the job. Do people have proper place for privacy to eat or to store their things and all that? And we're able to make all those corrections, and since we've been able to start doing that, we've seen increased applications and increased participation in that. So that's one. I think another part of that is we really have to make sure that we are recognizing the females that actually do work for us and showing that there's a career path there for those folks as well. So, when we think of our senior ranks, I think we're one of the only retailers that, our head of operations is a lady. We have only 6 regional managers. One of those is a lady. We have a lot of lady cluster managers and store managers and so forth. So it's not even just a fact that, women can get a job at Reliance Digital, but they can thrive and really have a good career and even rise to the level of executive.
India has one of the largest pool of software and IT professionals. A large percentage of that are women. This percentage can and should definitely go up, and it's no different for Reliance Digital.
Sure, there's a couple of parts, a couple of points to it. I mean, number one, we wanted to really support openly our position on inclusiveness and that, equality and that our whole organization was a place for both men and women where they could work and to thrive. And we thought a great way to do that was have a store staffed completely by women. And I think the second part is that we wanted to show that electronics, for whatever reason, sometimes is perceived that it's more of a guy thing. Clearly that's not the truth. I mean, both sexes would be using all the products that we sell, and we thought that having a store that would give a just as good, or even in this case, a better experience than any other store that we have out there would show everybody that, look, it's not just for guys, or women should have a smaller role or anything like that, that they can do the whole thing. And in fact, that's been the case. The results have been fantastic at that store since we've rolled that out.
Women, I think all of them have inspiring stories. All of them are inspiring, according to me, because they do so much more. They juggle so many things. They don't get to enjoy the privileges that we men take for granted. You like so many examples. You look at Kamala Thal, an 80-year-old lady in Tamil Nadu, still selling idlis at ₹1. On the other hand, you look at Shefali Verma, all of 16 years old, leading the charge in the Women's T20 World Cup. I think all these stories are just inspiring and mind-boggling. These women who work at Reliance Digital are also the same. I think the kind of work that they do day in and day out is just so inspiring. Oh, I would like to wish all the women a happy Women's Day, not just on this day, around the year, every year.
Well, I'd just like, on behalf of Reliance Digital, to take time and wish all the women out there a very happy Women's Day. Not just to our employees, but certainly I wish to them, but also to all the women out there in general. So enjoy your day, you deserve it, and all my best.